Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 25th of October 2021, and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, today is a video review, and the topic of the video is the toxic world of self-help. Alright, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, so in this video, we came across a word which is the self-help. Yeah, and then yeah, to me, self-help is something like getting improvement of ourselves in uh, any aspect in our life. And then yeah, also for me, I also have the feeling like after watching some so-called self-help videos or even attend to some classes and then or reading some books and then or even sometimes just like you purchase uh, something related to self-help, just the action of purchasing give me a good feeling like I'm doing the right thing and I'm happy, something like that. So, and also in this video, it lines up the things that actually the the action of pursuing self-help itself can generate something like activate our dopamine in our body, and then this kind of dopamine make us feel good, and then we had the illusion of accomplishment, illusion of accomplish something, but actually, yeah, we need to question ourselves uh, whether these things really help us, or do we really uh, take it into action? I mean, put it into action to try it and then to use it after consuming it. Yep. So yeah. So it is something like when actions are not taken, and then those self-help books, seminars, or videos are just making you better at convincing yourself. This is for, I think, for some people who are already in the trap of pursuing this kind of self-help and then self-improvement. Yep, and then also there's a part mentioned about the self-help industry, which is an industry, uh, uh, $1 billion industry, and then yeah, so it is big, and then yeah, there are a lot of people making money in this industry. So I remember that it is like weeks ago we had a video review also, which is talking about our something like super brain, right? And then we also question some of the techniques and also the concept in the videos. Yeah, I think yeah, for this one you also did mention about the motives of this kind of gurus. Uh, yeah, they're just making money, and then maybe they will kind of persuading you to believe in something, and then that may not be true, that may not be so necessary, but they kind of a little by a little, and then trying to influence you to believe in something, so that you think something is important, and maybe you will buy the courses from them. Yeah, so uh, honestly, for me, for that video, I'm not so aware of these kind of things, and before you really point out uh, the the fact, and then the you point out um, you kind of question the gurus, question the video, question the concepts, and then after that, I had the awareness like, oh, I already get into the trap, and then without having much uh, kind of thinking in my mind. Yep. So yeah, also this video also remind us to question the real value of books, of gurus, of those self-help things. Yep, and then I think the one of the key here is um, in our life we more or less consume these self-help things, for example, books or seminars, and then some courses. And then one thing we can uh, ask ourselves is our consumption of these things, whether they are greater than our action. Uh, do we really put it into our life? Do we really use it after uh, consuming it, after paying money for that? Yeah. So yeah. So I think these are my sharing today.
So you highlight the the importance of action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This also something I want to highlight, and I aware this. But today's session, I would like to talk
Mm,
about other aspect, talk about other perspective. Yeah, because uh, we all already know, we mentioned uh, a lot of action.
mm,
We mentioned the importance of action in the past already.
yeah.
Okay, and okay, let me start by one thing. Okay, okay. This is a question. Mm, okay, do you think the things you are doing right now,
Mm,
the action you are taking right now, is it really beneficial for you? Is it really beneficial to you? Yeah.
mm,
You don't need to answer.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. But this is a question. This is a question allow us to think.
Mm,
So let me repeat the question. Do you think the things you are doing right now, the action you are taking right now, are they really beneficial to you? Mm,
mm,
yeah. So, for example, uh, meditation, for example, critical thinking,
mm,
for example, English conversation. Keep
yeah.
doing English conversation every day, and we hope that we can improve our critical thinking. We can enlarge our vocabulary. We can improve our grammar. We can speak more fluently. Uh, and exercise,
Mm,
journaling,
yeah.
read book, reading book. Yeah. Can it really improve uh, our critical thinking? Can it really uh, increase our knowledge level? Can it really help us to live better, or maybe to make more money, to become happier? Yeah. So you don't need to answer first.
Mm,
Yeah, because um, yeah, but the first thing is, how do you verify? How do you falsify all of these things actually is beneficial to you? You look at you look at the statistics, you look at the research, you look at the papers.
yeah.
But can those things be fake? Mm,
Um, it it couldn't be. Yeah, it could have some maybe inaccuracy or maybe bias insight
mm,
for those research, because whether they are representative is a problem.
yeah, yeah. And because you can't verify itself, you can't falsify itself, you use your action, you use your body to test it, to try it.
Mm,
Yeah, if it worked, you benefit. If it didn't work, maybe you think you benefit, but you didn't, or maybe in long term it hurt you, or it wastes your time to
yeah.
doing those things. So you can't really know You can't really know whether it's beneficial to you. Yeah, even though the research, the papers say that it's beneficial for most of people, but are you the quote unquote the only the majority of people, or maybe you are the minority?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so go back to the self-help. Yeah, the first problem of the self-help is lack of action, and the second problem of the self-help is wrong direction of action. Lack of action we mentioned already, and how about the wrong direction of action? Yeah, this is an even deeper problem. Yeah. So normally the gurus they exaggerate the importance of belief because why? Why? Because people like it. Yeah, people like law of attraction. People like things to grow rich. Yeah, people like they just need to think. They just need to believe in something. They just need to pursue it. Keep telling themselves they can success. They can earn a lot of money. So 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, they can really become rich. People like this because people don't like to take action.
Yeah.
They want to find a shortcut to get success, to become rich. So yeah, even though the thing is too good to be true, but they still can persuade themselves. They still can rationalize. They bring in uh the quantum the quantum what is it called? The quantum physics. Okay, 量子力学. The quantum physics. They bring in some universe, some parallel universe theory. They bring in
Yeah.
some many other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can bring in tarot. They can bring in some foretelling, fortune telling. So yeah, it can like give them the reason to believe that they can use belief in order to success. They can rely on belief to success.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next thing is the gurus can also, this self-help industry can will also exaggerate the importance of doing something some action that actually not useful in long term. It may useful in short term. For example, write down your action plan. It's useful, right?
Yeah.
It's just useful in short term. And write down your goal. Write down your New Year goal. Yeah, is it important? You can say yes. Yeah, more or less it's important. But without it, people can't success. No, it's not the core. This is not the main thing to success. Yeah. So the self-help industry can also focus on this action and ask you to do. For example, ask you to imagine, draw a picture in your mind, or maybe write down some words. Yeah. For example, I want to get, let's say, I want to double my salary by end of this by end of next year. Let's say like this, and then you you put the piece of paper with a signal at your house, at the place that you often can see, so it can become a cue, and it can trigger your mind, it can trigger your subconscious, and it can improve your belief, it can increase your belief. Yeah, so it can like change your attitude and thus change your behavior. Yeah, so they ask you to do this thing, and this kind of action is easy to do, and you just need a very little time to set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll tell you that it will beneficial you in long term for all the time once you've done that. Yeah, so they kind of focus on something that it seems like you need to spend little time to do, and then it can beneficial to you in the long run.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's also the I mean the fundamental the 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 foundation is the same, because people don't like to take the real action. People like to people like to believe the importance of belief, because they don't want to they don't want to do hard thing. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
And so they like to invest little and get a lot. And this is also the same, right? Right, an action plan. And uh right, I will go and put it put it in a place that they will often see it. And make it make it an obvious cue to you, to your subconscious. Yeah. So talk with rich people, join a community. Yeah. And every week we discuss what happened occurred in my life in
Mm.
this week. Every
Yeah.
week we share what we learned from from uh from the course, or any new idea from the course, something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, by doing those things, by doing those things, so yeah, to us, we actually know that this is something that the action couldn't really beneficial to you. Yeah. But how about other things? Yeah, if you zoom out and think about what uh what you are doing currently, what you believe, is it really the right thing?
Mm.
Yeah, the thing the idea and the concept I want to mention is about, this is not only self-help. For example, the economic problem. You know about the economic problem, you know the
Yeah.
inflation is rising, you know all the problem, and you like to watch the video, you like to read those articles, you like to read uh, how central bank can feel, and what you need to do, you need to like convert your cash into gold, into crypto, into Bitcoin, and so you'll be safe. You need to buy the property, you need to buy stock, yeah, so you can escape the inflation, you can become rich. Yeah. And the money supply, the money printing, the government keep printing the money, central bank keep printing the money, and it actually hurt your pocket. Yeah, it dig a big hole in your pocket. It steal your money. Yeah, and so the rich become rich, the poor become poorer. And you think that, yeah, so investment is the only way to to get out, and or maybe the crypto is the only solution, especially like the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only solution. Yeah.
Mm.
So by watching all the video, by reading all the article, your dopamine level surge. Yeah. Your you boost your dopamine level, and you increase your belief, you increase your conviction. So so you are able to hold your crypto, hold your Bitcoin, or hold your investment for longer term. Yeah. It could be stock, it could be property, it could be real estate. Yeah.
Mm.
It could be anything. It could be the crypto, the Bitcoin. Yeah. So this is based on our belief. For example, if you think that money printing will keep going, yeah, will keep going, blah, 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 like the machine guns. Yeah.
Mm.
So you know that the money need to have a place to go. Where the money
Yeah.
go to real estate, go to the stock market, go to maybe bond market. But most people in but most macro investors, they don't believe, we would like to buy the bond anymore, because the yield is so low. It may it may it may flow to commodities, it may flow to gold. you may feel to crypto. Yeah. So this is what you believe, but is this true? We're not sure. We really don't know. Yeah. Yeah, we bet our belief, and we think we are right, and there's no certainty. Yeah, if something certainty is something 100% certainty, and the Bitcoin price, the stock market will go to infinity.
Yeah.
Because there is no uncertainty. 100%, it will be sure. So people will react. Yeah, people will respond to it immediately. Yeah, but it's not the case. You still have the risk. You still have some possibility that the thing is not, or maybe it still have maybe a significant probability that the thing is not like this. Yeah. So this is about the investment. Yeah, and I aware that something that I'm watching, something that I'm reading about the economics, about the money printing, about the crypto. Yeah, it made me feel good because it seems like I need to. I just need to only buy the Bitcoin. I need to do the investment. For example, invest stock, invest real estate, invest crypto. Yeah, of course. But right now, crypto is my biggest bet. Yeah. So I believe that by holding those investments, I can become rich. Yeah. So, but is this belief wrong? We're not sure. Yeah, we try by using our time, by using our life to try it. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a thing. Yeah. But whether you, but does it mean that you shouldn't follow it? Is it really the right thing? Yeah. And how to allocate your money in order to respond to the belief. It go back to one of the topic we mentioned in the past, which is the risk management. Yeah, portfolio management. Yeah, and so this is the investment one, investment related thing. And how about for those things which is non-related investments? Think the thing we are doing right now, English conversation, we're thinking that by speaking more, we actually can learn more. By speaking more, and we can get the idea from counterparty, and we can like improve our thinking. We can like increase our level of connection and also the meta connection. Yeah, we try to build the critical thinking, but is the critical thinking we are building is really correct? Is really right? Or maybe we just go to another wrong direction. How about meditation? Yeah, meditation can change your brain, but do you really scan your brain before meditation, after meditation? And if you didn't, how can you really believe into that? You just rely on the research, you just rely on the paper, you just rely on the professor tell you this is the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about exercise? How about journaling? How about reading book? Yeah. So this is something that this is the concept I want to highlight, which is it's not only self-help. Yeah, it occurs everywhere. And try to think that, yeah, be honest to yourself. Do you really think meditation can change your life? How it can change? Yeah. If you keep doing the same thing, for example, let's say you are an accountant, you just doing the accountant, you just work in the same company, yeah, and you didn't cope, and you don't have any investment, you just work You just work and then you get an income, and then you use the income to buy luxury product, luxury goods. Yeah. And yeah, you can keep doing exercise, you can keep journaling, you can keep reading book, but you didn't do anything else. Can those things really help you? Meditation, exercise, journaling, reading book, can those things really help you? Actually, there's something more important, which is uh I believe I tell you this point in the past, which is position is better than hard working. Which is, for example, you're in Malaysia, yeah, you can be knowledgeable, you can work in a SME, or even you can work in a big company, and you learn a lot. But maybe you still uh, yeah, you learn a lot, you do a lot of things, but you only get little salary. But if you go to other developed country, for example Singapore, and you don't need to work that hard, or maybe you work the same amount of of effort, but
Mm.
you get triple, or maybe you get double of your reward, of your salary. Yeah, so position is better. So your position is more important than the hard working. And also, if you compare, you work in SME, and also compared to you work in a big corporation, which one you can in which environment you can learn more? Yeah. So if one person work in SME, he's doing all the things: meditation, exercise, journaling, reading book, and he hope that it can change your life. You can become happier. Yeah. and your life can become better and better.
Mm.
And another person, he or she work in a big corporation. Yeah, of course, there's a lot of stress. He need to take it, and uh he need to cross all the obstacles, all the challenges he or she face. Yeah, and in that environment, he or she see more things, and hear more things, and learn more things. Yeah, and it's those things can be learned by through reading book, through meditation. Those critical thinking can cultivate through the meditation, and through the reading book, and through journaling. Yeah. So this is
Mm.
also one of the perspective.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the example to explain the question.
Mm.
Do you think the things you're doing right now, the action you're taking right now, are they really beneficial to you? Mm, yeah. So in summary, this is not only the self-help, it occurs everywhere. Mm, yeah. So do you have any thought on that?
Yeah. First, you talk about the financial part, and then the investment, and then after that, we also say that we have some belief on particular things, and then yeah, and after that we can have like the risk management to deal with investment and also those financial things. But how about just like you say, those things that is not related to investment? Because yeah, we couldn't have something like risk management for those unrelated things, and then maybe the things that we spend is the time, right? For example, exercise, meditation, journaling, what we put in is the time, I think. So
Mm,
uh, also if we couldn't really know whether they are something that really bring the benefit to us. And then also we have a lot of bias, for example, the placebo effect, and also maybe the dopamine, like mentioned in today's video. Yeah, these kind of things keep affecting us. So we may not know whether, for example, exercise really make us better, or meditation, journaling really make us better. And but one thing I think is before doing this, if we have something like a clear mind of what we want to get from it, and then which is the objective, the purpose of doing it. For example, uh, if if let's say for meditation, yeah, meditation, if your purpose is um, just to experience more, experience in a way, have more awareness, something like that. So for this objective, I think you just focus on this. It doesn't relate it to whether you are you are successful or not, right? If you set your objective to um not linked to the success.
Yeah, but you follow the same concept, you follow the same path of thinking. You say your objective is want to increase your awareness. Yeah,
Mm.
so why you want to increase the awareness? The first question is why. The question, the implication of this question is awareness really important? Just like just now we mentioned, is exercise important? Is journaling important?
Mm.
Is all the things we are doing, English conversation, critical thinking, reading book, is all of those things important? So this first thing is awareness really important.
Mm.
Why you And the second question is doing meditation can really increase the awareness? And the third question is that the real awareness, or is there a right, or is that a good awareness you
Uh,
get from
what do you mean?
meditation?
Do you mean that awareness there could be many types?
Yeah, for example,
Mm.
uh, it can give you the false sense of having an awareness. But actually, the awareness is uh there's there's no help. There's no benefit to you. Just like, for example,
Mm.
if let's say, okay, you are doing investments and the price is drop a lot, and then you see the price drop a lot, 50%, 60%, 70%, and then you have one bot which is selling your ticker, but you aware that it could be sell at the bottom. But how can you tell whether this awareness is good or bad?
Mm.
Because the awareness is just an awareness. It didn't actually link. It didn't link, and uh it didn't like bundle together with a with a certain set of certainty, with a certain set of reality. So that means you couldn't use your awareness to make decisions. This is just an awareness.
Mm.
That awareness may not help you. Yeah. So do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Um, yeah, I feel like this question is a little bit similar to your first question, whether awareness is important.
No, no. No. It means the awareness could be important. Yeah, the awareness could be important, but is the awareness trained from meditation? Is a good awareness? Is is the right awareness you want to get, you want to form? Or awareness actually cultivate through your experience. It's not not through not through by sitting on a chair and keep uh, keep free keep free out of your mind, and that can cultivate the awareness.
Mm. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's something like we have awareness on different aspects in our life, and then maybe just from meditation we couldn't get the awareness that we want on particular things.
Yeah. So for example, okay, if the awareness is a bad thing, do you want it?
No.
Yeah. So this is a point. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a point, and you can say awareness general is a good thing, but at the same time, awareness trained cultivate by the meditation is bad thing. Is a bad awareness because this is not based on the reality. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of the perspective to look at the things. So I give you one example. For example, you say you can aware that you are feeling angry, and at the time when you feel angry, so that you know you are angry, you know your emotion is angry, and then so that you can
Be less
you can
angry.
you can release the emotion and you can calm you down. But it's calm you down really a good thing. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that calm you down is a good thing, because this is something that we mentioned in the past. Emotion could be a weapon, right? Yeah. So this is one of the example. And how about other example? For example, you think let's say you meet some of your friends, and then you meet some of your old friends that you seldom have contact with them long time already, and then you share your life, and then you share your story, and then they also share their story. They also share uh, their belief to you, their career, and all things, and then you're aware that you actually live worse than them. But in the past, let's say in the college, or maybe in the secondary school, primary school, you actually did much better than them.
Yeah.
But why right now you feel so bad? They become so good. Is there something wrong? Yeah, and then at this time you have the emotion. You're trying to comparing, and then So first is the emotion. Yeah, and second is you can link this to the self-esteem. Yeah, so and then you tell you that, oh, this is not a good emotion, or maybe you can tell it, okay, yeah, permission to be human, accept this. Yeah, or you can tell that, this is the comparison. Yeah, so I don't need to compare with other people. So it's all these things come by the awareness. Really good. It may stop you to cope. It may stop you to really think in your life uh what you did wrong. Yeah. You may just still stay in the comfortable zone. So this is the whole concept. Yeah. So the thing you believe may not be the good things.
Yeah. Yeah, now I can feel that really awareness has got many aspects. For the example you mentioned, it could be like you said, aware that maybe we are comparing ourselves with others, so maybe we stop ourselves to have this kind of thinking. But at the same time, it could also have the other aspect of awareness, which is like to whether to be aware that ourself is in the comfortable zone. It is also a kind of awareness, right? Yeah, so really it has got a lot of aspects.
Yeah, but if you realize that you are in a comfortable zone, so what will you do? Yeah, You do hard things, but is doing hard thing really good to you, really beneficial to you in the long run? Just like the person in the red race, they're
Yeah.
always in the red race. They don't get out. Yeah, so the main concept is your belief is really the good belief. Yeah, so this is why I say this self-help this self-help toxic is not only occurred in self-help, it's occurred in every aspect. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but after discussing this, I feel like, yeah, there is a question mark here. So, it seems like it's very difficult to solve.
It's very, very difficult to solve. Right.
And, yeah, okay. I have a thinking which is, I read from a book. It says something like, when we are kids, and then, maybe at that time what we want is, maybe it's like we want to buy a toy, which is our favorite toy. We want it, and then, maybe that is something like is our goal, or maybe we want to, go to a place to play, and then, maybe at that time that is, your goal, your objective. You want it. You want to be happy. This is your objective. And then, after, maybe let's say after 5 years or 10 years, when you look back yourself at that time, that is really, that the things that you were pursuing in the past, is something that you found that, yeah, it's totally, uh, unimportant. It's totally not a things that you will continue want to pursue anymore. The objective of yourself, the goal of yourself change. And then, yeah, but does it mean that 10 years ago, um, the things that you are pursuing is meaningless? At that time, it is not, right? Because at that moment, we live at the current moment. We, uh, maybe at that time, that is something that, important to you, meaningful to you. Maybe
Yeah,
not important, but it's meaningful.
yeah. But how about the self-help? Self-help can also be meaningful because you feel happy at that time. You feel
Yeah.
motivated,
Yes,
right?
it's yeah, yeah, it's very complicated.
Yeah. So you can change the analogy, and because the analogy is not explained on the same thing, it just gives you the sense that there could be another way, there could be another perspective. But if you try to bring the analogy back to this example, to this topic, and you feel it is so weird because the self-help toxic actually did exist. Right?
Yeah.
And can you persuade yourself keep pursuing the self-help toxic? So yeah, yeah, of course, you're spending a lot of money. You also will keep spending more money, but you will feel good. Yeah. So just like you say, this is a really complicated thing. There's no single and there's no easy solution to it because this is all our belief. We live to our belief.
Yeah.
And only at the end of your life, you know that whether you are doing good or doing bad. I mean, the whole life process, whether you are doing good or doing bad. But it also could, you also it also could be a wrong. Also could be a wrong uh wrong thinking. It could be a wrong perspective because this is a survival bias. You can't see something that you didn't do.
Yes.
Yeah. Or maybe you think your life is living very, very well, but actually you can be better. if you did some other thing in your life.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Because
and yeah, and and people argue. So you need to cultivate gratitude. Yeah, you need to really live at the present. You don't need you don't have to keep thinking about the past. You don't have to keep thinking about whether you are making a right decision or not. You just need to uh ensure that you become happier. Yeah, gratitude, happier, yeah, happiness. But is those things really good to you? Yeah. Or is it just give you a false reality? Is it just give you a reason to rationalize yourself? You don't need to change that much. You don't need to push you to live in to your potential. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but by knowing all of this, yeah, although we don't have a good solution to it, but okay, the first thing is I want to ensure whether you agree this concept. If you don't agree this concept, then everything we say is irrelevant.
Okay.
Mm, yeah. So do you agree? We can actually link this kind of like self-help toxic to other to the concept to every other aspect of our life. The main one is our belief. Mm. Yeah. Do you think this linking is correct or wrong? Yeah. To me, I think this is uh, the linking is correct. Yeah, because I did aware that uh, I, I have a mindset that yeah, I don't need to work that hard. I don't need to work very very hard in order to become rich. Mm, yeah, I can exploit the the benefit from this financial system. Yeah, just like the lawyer can exploit the law. Yeah, if you know about the law, if you know about some trend, some fundamental of this financial system, then you can exploit benefit from it. Hmm. And uh, but what I'm not sure is whether my belief is right or wrong. And I did aware that uh, I I have this kind of uh shortcut mindset, which is I don't need to work very very hard in order to become very very rich. I just need to, let's say, like do investment or buy a hold or maybe dollar cost averaging, and also like sell some in futures, or maybe even don't sell. Yeah. You don't need to cope with you don't need to cope in the reality. You don't need to climb the ladder in corporation in your company, and yeah, you can become rich. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I aware that I have this kind of mindset. Yeah, I just not sure whether it is a correct belief or it is an incorrect belief.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you agree the concept, if you think uh yeah this is the thing, yeah, it's the case, then you can really feel that you can really you believe the belief seems like too good to be true, and you still keep rationalize yourself. Uh, keep doing the thing because because it may beneficial to you. So yeah, you're aware that, and then you know that it could be wrong. So what would you do? What is your solution? Maybe your solution is not the best solution, but what will you do? What will you respond to it? How do you respond to it?
Hmm.
Mm. Yeah. So this is a question to you.
Yeah, to be honest, for these self-help things, before this conversation, I haven't put it into um other aspects. For example, onto the things that I'm currently doing. And
Okay, I give you one
hmm,
example.
yeah.
For example, we have the daily conversations.
Hmm.
Yeah, every day, every morning, and
Yeah.
we spend 1 hour plus. Yeah, average is 1 hours. Yeah, and it didn't include some other things. For example, we need to update the English mistake list. We need to read the book. Yeah, to prepare the reading sessions.
Hmm.
Yeah, so assume just take the flow. Yeah, take the flow, which is minimum 1 hours per day. We need
Hmm.
to prepare this. Is this thing really beneficial to us in long run, in long term? For example, you want to become native speakers,
Yeah.
and yeah, so if this is your objective, this is your goal, and maybe you shouldn't keep doing daily conversation with a non-native speaker. You should do the daily conversations with others, with other person, or maybe you should try other methods.
Hmm.
Not doing conversations, you can try other. For example, really like learn how to pronounce the vocab. Really learns uh, how to communicate with the native speakers, not through the daily conversation. You can through many other methods.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but but you may have other rationalization, which is yeah. This conversation is not just about learning English. It's also sharpening our critical thinking. Yeah, and we can like broaden our knowledge, our thinking. But is that thing really good? Is this a correct way?
Yeah,
Is this
I
a
feel
correct
like
method?
for here is quite similar to the self-help things, right?
Yeah. So yeah, right. Yeah, it's very similar because just now you say you couldn't link this self-help toxic to other aspects. So
Hmm.
I give you the
Yeah, I feel
example,
it
which
now.
yeah, I give you an example, which is the English conversation, because it is something that we are doing daily, and you barely uh, have thought that this is a wrong, this is a wrong thing, this is a wrong thing, and it shouldn't be continued. And you keep doing that, you keep doing that, you keep doing that.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, just like the self-help books, maybe uh, they did give you something. So, uh, and also in daily conversation, it did really give me many things that I'm not aware of. But
mm.
it all comes back to the question, right? Whether it is something important, whether it is something you really want, right?
And whether it is something really beneficial to you.
Yeah, or maybe I'm just having the dopamine boosted every day, knowing different things.
Yeah,
Mm.
you think you know a lot of things, but you still uh you know a lot of lessons, but you still uh live in poverty or something like that. Yeah, you still can't live a better life. So this is one of things we mentioned in the past.
Mm.
Mm,
Yep.
mm,
Yeah, I think this is difficult because things we we don't know that how long we need to try in order to get it, right?
yeah,
We
because we
don't know
also
what is the time to put a stop and then to see something like that.
and also in the past we discussed one of thing which is You try something and then you didn't see a result, and then you back to the old method,
Mm.
and then you leave the same. In order to break it, you need to you need to try the new methods. Yeah, and you need to try enough, long enough time in order to see whether it has result or not.
Mm.
Yeah. And after you aware this, and yeah, you definitely will, you keep thinking about this. Yeah, whether English conversation is good or not, of this thing. And how about tomorrow? Tomorrow you're still having the English conversation. The next day, the next day, uh, the day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, the day after the day of tomorrow, next week, next month, you'll forget this thing. Or maybe you didn't forget. You can still remind back, but on the conscious level, you did forget the things. And the next time you remind that, you recall this, and the feeling is not that strong anymore.
Mm.
And how about your behavior? How about your action? You just keep doing the same thing. Yeah, you didn't change. Even though you're aware this, even you're aware meditation couldn't help you, even though you're aware journaling, reading book, exercise, cultivate critical thinking, having English conversation may not help you. You're aware that. But how do you test it? How do you justify it? How do you falsify it? You can't. So you're doing the same thing. Repeat and repeat and repeat. Is there any difference with the self-help toxic? To me, no difference.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Mm. Yeah.
Yep. So I think I agree with the concept.
Mm. Yeah. So how about solution? And to be honest, I don't have any solution to that. And I was still doing the same thing. And yeah, this is something uh that I couldn't deny. That I really couldn't deny. And these decisions and this behavior may seem very bad and very like silly and like, oh yeah, I really don't have any other solution.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, I can just do it, and after long enough time, maybe another 1 year, another 2 years, if this is something that's not only beneficial to me, but it actually hurt me, and we will stop.
Mm.
We don't know something that whether it can beneficial to us or not, but we definitely know something whether it's harmful to us or not. Yeah,
Mm.
but also to judge whether the thing is harmful to you or not is also very difficult.
Yeah,
But it is much
rationalization, right?
but it is much easier to determine whether the thing is beneficial to you or not. It's
Mm-mm.
much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, it is still difficult.
Mm. Yep. And we also couldn't look back and to think like, if that day we haven't started daily conversation, and because we couldn't compare if we didn't have the conversation, what kind of life we will have right now, right?
Mm,
Mm. Never
yeah.
know.
Mm. Yeah, but we also need to aware that this this thinking will also be a rationalization of preventing, avoiding change.
Mm.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah, so you see, critical thinking and also the self-reflection really, really, really difficult. And you are kind of like keep slapping your face.
Mm.
Yeah, and keep turning keep turning around, and you have no way out. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't need to keep thinking the same question. You can put the question uh, back to the mind, back into your subconscious, and after some time you take it back, maybe you have a different answer. And of course, I'm not sure whether this is a good way to cultivate the critical thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have anything want to add in?
No.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. and we are not native speakers, found any vocabulary mistake that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.